Hello everyone and welcome to online session of subject Computer Science 2. Computer Science subject is divided into two parts, Computer Science 1 and Computer Science 2. In Computer Science 1 you will learn software of computer and in Computer Science 2 you will learn hardware of computer. In Computer Science 2 you will learn these topics. Introduction to microprocessors and organization of 8085 microprocessor. Instruction set and programming of 8085. Introduction to x86 family. Introduction to microcontroller and networking technology. Now we will see chapter number 1, Introduction to microprocessors and organization of 8085. Now we will see block diagram of computer. This is the block diagram of computer. This is basic block diagram. Here you can see input device, output device, memory unit and microprocessor unit. So computer includes input device like keyboard, mouse, output device like monitor, printer, memory unit. Memory unit is used to store the information and microprocessor unit. Microprocessor unit is very important unit. It is used to process the data. This is also called as heart of computer. Microprocessor unit includes arithmetic logic unit ALU, control unit and register array. Arithmetic logic unit is used to process the data. Various arithmetic as well as logical functions are performed. Control unit is used to provide different control signals like read and write. And register array is a group of flip-flops. Register array is used to store the information. A list of instructions with data is stored in a memory. Instructions are stored in memory called as program memory and data is stored in other part of memory called as data memory. After feeding set of instructions into the memory, control is used to read the first instruction from the program memory and according to the instruction it performs the work with the help of control and arithmetic circuit as addition of two numbers, move data from one location to another, like that. Then after performing desired operation, result is transferred to the output device. The basic difference between microprocessor and microcomputer is that microcomputer is small size computer while microprocessor is one of the blocks of computer. So microprocessor with memory, input output and clock form microcomputer and microprocessor is heart of computer and this is very important part of computer system. Now we will see what is microprocessor unit. Microprocessor is a semiconductor multipurpose programmable logic device that reads binary instructions from a storage device called memory, accepts binary data as input and processes data according to the instructions and provides result as output. So this is basically microprocessor. Now we will see functions of microprocessor. So these are the functions of microprocessor. To fetch, decode and execute instructions, to transfer data from one block to another block or to input-output lines, to give proper response to different externally produced interrupts according to their priority, and to provide control and timing signals to the whole system according to the instructions. So these are the functions of microprocessor. This chapter describes general features of microprocessor, evolution of microprocessor and detailed study of very popular microprocessor chip Intel 8085 microprocessor IC. Now we will see evolution of microprocessor. There are 5 generations of microprocessor. In less than 15 years, we have seen 5 generations of microprocessors. First generation includes 4-bit microprocessor. The first microprocessor introduced in the market was Intel 4004. This is 4-bit microprocessor which was introduced in 1971. This microprocessor was designed to be used in calculators. It was not powerful and was inadequate for general purpose computing. In 1972, Intel introduced 8008, the first general purpose 8-bit microprocessor with the development of LSI technology with 45 instructions. Intel introduced 8080 microprocessor and Motorola introduced 6800 microprocessor. In second generation of microprocessor, there are 8-bit microprocessors. In 1974, the successors to the 8080 and 6800 were introduced, the Z80 and 8085 from Intel. The development of microprocessors has been in the direction towards a complete microcomputer system with CPU, ROM, RAM, clock, input-output ports all in a single package. There is third generation of microprocessor. Third generation includes 16-bit microprocessors. In 1978, Intel introduced its high-performance 16-bit microprocessor, the 8086, now called as IAPX86. The third generation memory space was 64 kilobytes and number of input-output ports grew from 256 each in the 8080 to 64K each in the 8086. Other features included efficient higher level language addressing, full arithmetic execution in 29K transistors. 8086 was followed by Z8000 in 1979, Motorola's 68000 in 1980. Now we will see fourth generation. Fourth generation includes 32-bit microprocessor. In 1981, Intel has introduced first 32-bit microprocessor 80386, which can address a physical memory of 4 GB. Other 32-bit microprocessor announced in 1982 as HP32. Now we will see fifth generation. It includes 64-bit microprocessor. Intel made a drastic improvement in microprocessor design to provide greatest speed and to run the system on new operating system like Unix. The processor in this generation is generally called by name Pentium, may be called as 80586, followed by Pentium 2, Pentium 3, Pentium 4, etc. Now Intel has developed so many processors with additional facilities like low voltage operating capability, processors handling mobile techniques, servers with Celeron, dual core microprocessors. Intel also produced quad core microprocessors with greater speed and additional features. Here you can see evolution of microprocessor. Here you can see different types of microprocessors. Then introduced in which year, then data bus, memory address capability and clock signal. Now we will move towards next topic. This is the block diagram of microcomputer system. Microcomputer mainly contains 5 blocks: input device, microprocessor unit, program memory, data memory and output device. So here you can see this is input device. Here keyboard is shown. Then here keyboard interface, then memory, microprocessor unit, clock, ROM, RAM, display interface, display, power supply unit and address decoder. First we will see input device. Here keyboard is shown. The instructions as well as data are entered through input device like keyboard. Then we will see what is the function of keyboard interface. It is necessary to connect keyboard to keyboard interface because the speed of input device and microprocessor unit may not be equal. When instruction and data are entered through keyboard, it is not possible to feed the instruction directly to microprocessor unit because microprocessor unit may be busy in performing previous instruction or any other task. So it is stored in a special chip called as keyboard interface. Now we will see microprocessor unit. Microprocessor unit processed system data and required control signals are generated to control the system. All processing and data flow is done in the system with microprocessor unit. It is also referred as CPU. This is the main part of the system. Data is processed and required control signals are generated to control the system. Whole processing and data flow is done with the microprocessor unit. Microprocessor is a controlling unit and fabricated on a very small chip. The main functions of microprocessor unit are to receive information in digital form, to process this information by means of arithmetic and logical operations, to send the result or information in standard form to the output. Now we will see ROM. ROM is read-only memory. It contains permanently stored program. It allows only to read stored information. RAM, random access memory. It is used to store data. It is a temporary storage device. Now we will see output device. Here 7-segment display is shown as output device. Output of the system, that is stored data in display interface, are displayed on 7-segment display. Here display interface is used. A special display interface circuit or IC is used to store data and drive the display. Here you can see address decoder. It decodes the address and selects the proper chip. That means proper device. Now you can see here clock. Whole circuitry is synchronized with the clock. The speed of the system depends on the clock frequency. Here you can see power supply. Power supply is necessary to operate the circuit. Now here you can see few buses. Data bus, address bus, control bus. So what is data bus? It is 8-bit bidirectional data bus used to transfer data among microprocessor unit and devices. This is address bus. Address bus is 16-bit. So 16-bit address bus is used to flow bits of required memory to devices. So address bus is used to flow address of particular memory locations. This is unidirectional and the width of this is 16-bit. Now here you can see control bus. It carries control signals generated by microprocessor unit. Then here you can see power line. Power line is necessary to operate the circuit. It is given to each and every block. So this is all about microcomputer system. Now today we will stop here. Thank you so much.